Right, we're back out here. Let's go back in and make this phone call. I really want to emphasize that at the start of the phone call, Prince James does not sound surprised. He doesn't sound astonished. He doesn't sound shocked. He's just like, oh, I see. Very well. And I find that reaction very unusual. It's like he either already knows or he was expecting something like this to happen.
Stewart's residence.
Mesme, this is Gabriel Knight.
Hold on, please. It's him. Mr. Knight?
Hello, Prince James. I'm afraid I have some pretty bad news. Sir, your men were found dead this morning.
I see. Yes. It's horrifying news.
I can tell you everything I know about it.
Please, do.
Well, they left here last night about... drained into the ground. We found 2 pools. Well, hell, it looked ritualistic to me.
Lord, I just don't understand.
Nor do I. But the killing still revolved around blood. I think...
Mesme and I were just discussing this. You see, I have certain affairs which you know nothing about, and I'm not inclined to involve an outsider.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting that picture. But if I'm to...
That's why I sent my own men down there. Now this, frankly, I don't know what to do. My son's life, my son's life means everything to me.
I know.
And Mesme thinks you'll be able to do some good. So I'll ask you to keep your eyes open, at least until further notice. But that does not mean intruding on. Please, just try to stay focused on finding the child.
Sir, I'd be a lot more successful if you told me everything.
Goodbye, Mr. Knight. You'll hear from us soon.
God.
Who is us? Just him and Mesme, or maybe another organization? Yeah, I mean, he could be referring to 2 things there when he's saying I've got affairs that do not involve outsiders. One might be the whole Freemason thing. The other may be the whole House of Stewart thing is probably a bunch of vampires thing. Alright, so let's go into our room, and I've not listened to these conversations, but I think we've got a lot of talking ahead, so settle in.
I know it's difficult, but come back from the light, Gracie. Come back, come back.
All right. I was almost done anyway.
So what's it?
Hey, kids.
God.
What? You guys weren't about to discuss the case, were you?
Oh, go on, Grace. Tell us about the book.
Okay, check this out. Talk about wild. It ties together Freemasonry, the Templars, this group called the Priory of Sion, and like this bizarro theory about the Holy Grail. Well, what do you want to hear about first?
Right now I want to finish writing down Priory of Sion, because maybe we can look that up in Sydney later. Freemasons, Templars, Priory of Sion, and something else. Alright, so let's start with Freemasons.
What's this got to do with the Templars and the Freemasons?
Okay, according to the book, the Templars were the founders of Scottish Rite Freemasonry, and when they were persecuted, some of them fled to Scotland and changed their name.
What's that got to do with Rennes-le-Château?
Only that whatever is going on here, the Freemasons are obviously still involved. Some secret knowledge must have been passed down through the organization.
I don't think that tells me anything in particular. The Grail.
So, what's this Grail theory you mentioned?
Okay, now, the Grail. Are you ready for this?
Go on.
The Grail is supposed to be a vessel, right? Like a cup, and it contains the blood of Jesus.
Yeah, go on.
The book suggests that the Grail is an allegory for an esoteric secret, a secret so heretical that it had to go underground throughout the Middle Ages. It was passed along as the legend of the Grail.
And that secret is?
that Jesus had descendants. The Grail itself is an allegory of the womb of Mary Magdalene. Okay. In other words, her womb, right, the cup, contained his blood, or rather bloodline. His heirs.
Get out of town.
Kinky.
Charming, fellas. Mind on the job, please. So what? The Grail is literally the secret that Jesus had a bunch of heirs?
Is anyone actually buying this stuff about Jesus having descendants?
Sounds pretty Looney Tunes to me.
Whether it's true or not is not the point. The point is these secret societies believe it, in a big way. Okay, look, Mary Magdalene came here, right, after the crucifixion?
That's what they say.
Okay, so she brings the kids, or maybe she's pregnant. Her descendants intermarry with local nobility and become the Merovingian dynasty.
The Merovingians are supposed to be descendants of Jesus?
Yes, and the Catholic Pope betrayed and murdered them, but some of their line survived.
You're losing me.
Sorry, Mose, I'm on a roll. Okay, so the Merovingian survivors hid in this region and had backers here. Well, it could explain why so many heretics kept cropping up in the Languedoc, like the Cathars and the Templars, and Rome kept trying to wipe them out to bury the secret of the bloodline.
Gee, those wacky popes, you just can't trust them.
Maybe it's those funny hats, all that weight up there on their head.
Fine. I'll shut up now.
I think there's more to it than that. I feel like I need to go back to the museum and read those panels again. I've not had a chance to go back since I last said that. More on the bloodline.
What's this got to do with the Templars and the Freemasons and Priory of Sion again?
They're all supporters of the bloodline, dedicated to getting the bloodline back on the throne. The Templars were probably founded to find proof of the bloodline's genealogy. That's why they were excavating under the Temple of Solomon. And the Crusades would have been the perfect cover.
Proof like what? A 2,000-year-old birth certificate with the father listed as the son of God?
Jesus was of the royal house of David, and if he had children, it would have been in the temple records.
If the Priory and the Templars were both supporters of the bloodline, then how come they split up?
I don't know. Maybe they had a falling out.
Like Martin Luther and the Catholics.
Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel.
The professor and Mr. Howell.
Don't start.
Come on, fellas. The Priory of Sion.
I'm not sure I want to know, but who or what is the Priory?
The Priory of Sion is an offshoot of the Templars. See, they split off before the Templar persecution, way back in 1188. The Priory returned to France from the Holy Land and set up a bunch of monasteries here.
What's that got to do with now?
Well, the Priory still exists, and they seem to have some kind of major agenda going on with Rennes-le-Château.
Such as? The Abbé? Do we think that when he said, I need to talk to the Grand Master, he was talking about the Grand Master of the Priory of Sion?
Here's a random thought. That whole argument between Prince James's men and the Abbé, if the men were Freemasons, could the Abbé be Priory?
Maybe. But I was thinking that Montreux might be Priory.
Montreux?
Yeah, he's the owner of the local winery, Chateau de Serres. There was just something weird about that place.
I'll have to check it out.
Besides, if the Priory and the Freemasons are both supporters of the bloodline, why would they be ripping each other's throats out?
I don't think they're that friendly, Mose. They may have started out in bed together, but that doesn't mean they always agree.
Oh, kind of like the U.S. and England.
Reagan and Bush.
Hardcastle and McCormick.
Siegfried and Roy.
All right already.
You're distracting me, fellas. I would say anywhere in the US at the moment. So what, the Priory and the Freemasons have the same goals, but they have internal disagreements about how to get there, perhaps?
So what's the Priory's agenda in Rennes-le-Château?
We don't know.
I'm not sure exactly. But whatever it is, it probably has something to do with the bloodline.
Blood of the sacred, blood of the damned, perhaps.
How does this relate to the treasure?
The authors think Saunier found the Templar treasure all right, but it wasn't gold. It was ancient genealogy charts from the Temple of Solomon, which Saunier then used to, get this, blackmail the Catholic Church. Or maybe he sold the documents to people like the Priory or the Masons.
Well, it's a theory. Was there anything else I should know about the book?
Oh, maybe just one small thing. Listen, Many of the prominent families in Europe today claim Merovingian descent, including the Habsburg-Lorraines, Wittelsbachs, Plantards, and Montesquieux in France, the Sinclair family in Britain, and the Stuarts of Scotland.
The Stuarts? Prince James is a bloodline descendant?
Alleged.
Holy genealogies, Batman.
Whoa, it does kind of change the whole picture, doesn't it?
I really need to go.
You catching a train?
No, I just,
I still want to read a bit more. So let's meet back here at 5, shall we?
Sure. See ya.
Why is Mosley leaving? He's leaving in such a hurry that he's leaving his bottle behind.
There's something up with him.
Go figure.
I agree, Gabriel. Little cut there because I'm having trouble pronouncing this. So the Stuarts are potentially related to the Merovingian dynasty, which may or may not be related to Jesus's illegitimate bloodline or unknown bloodline.
I really should go get some other stuff done.
There's a lot to take in there, but I have 2 leads. One is Montreux. I'm probably mispronouncing his name. We could perhaps go back to the winery and take another look around. The second is that I've not forgotten about Lady Howard. We were supposed to investigate her in the previous little time block section, but I did not get the opportunity. Let me start by going here though, because we've got some stuff we can put into Sydney at least. Let's do an add data. Lug that fingerprints in. It's unfortunate that I can't find Wilkes.
I don't think I need to scan that into Sydney.
No, but I think the locations that we identified with those tracks are going to come in very handy, and I don't have that in my inventory. Was that it? I think that was it. Alright.
That analyze stuff.
You've been added. I think Larry Chester's been added as well. We don't know what kind of car he has. Why is it showing Buthane's fingerprints on the left there? Link to suspect, unlinked file. So I can make links here. If I do that and go link to suspect.
Why would I want to do that?
I see. So what I need to do is open up each one of these. For example, the Abbey tape. I'm guessing I should go through and do all this now. I'm kind of surprised that it's not being done automatically, to be honest. I guess it's because you could potentially make a mistake or something here may be misidentified. For example, Lady Howard's fingerprints. That may not be her fingerprints. Mosley's license. I don't even see Mosley here though. Maybe he'll get added later. Wouldn't that be a thing? I think that's all I can do for now. I'm going to put that against Buthane because that's where we found it.
I actually scanned this so the Gracie can mess with it later, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to link it to a suspect.
I agree. And these 2 things as well, the parchments. We found that inside the ladies' room.
I actually scanned this so the Gracie...
Same for this one.
I actually...
Alright, maybe that will come in handy later. I've got no idea. So... Just trying to see if the sun's setting. Let's go out here. I don't think anyone awaits me outside based on the brief test from the previous video.
I'm not sure what I'd say if they came to the door.
We cannot get back in that room. What about this one?
I'm not sure.
Right. We know there is an alternate path to those rooms, however.
It's the roof.
We don't get the option. We only get that climb option for a very brief period during that time block. Again, I'm not really certain that I like that design. I imagine that should be there the entire time, and Gabriel should be going, "Why would I want to climb on the roof? That seems dangerous." Or something like that to make me think, okay, maybe that's an option that I can use in the future. There's no one in here. You're not interested in the kitchen?
I don't need to go back in the kitchen.
I don't think Jean is going to say anything useful, but let's have a chat.
How's life, Jean?
Oh, Monsieur does not wish to know.
You're right, I don't. Who do we have outside? I ended here last time. I think I looked up at Tor Magdala, but
They're closed.
let's confirm that it's still closed. Let's go back to the church. Is anyone here praying now? The place remains empty. Can we say anything contextual about this?
Mary Magdalene. What a babe, huh?
No comments. I know there'll be nothing around here, but I need to check. I'm learning, chat.
I don't think there's anybody home.
You won't know until you break down the door. Skipping that.
I don't have anything else.
She can't say anything about the Merovingian dynasty or whatever it is. I won't read this on video, I think, because I've read enough of this. The Langdwalk, that's where I saw it. .671 is the first mention here. Two had a son. The Pope endorsed the murder. That kind of... Does that line up with what Grace was saying? I don't know. Either way, that is worrying. Maybe there are a few truths in that book. So, 3 leads. Lady Howard, Montreux, and Mosley. I assume that Mosley is on his scooter, we'll find out in just a moment. And he's in the valley somewhere. Along with John Brooks, who I couldn't find. Is the Abbé still up here? Oh, get over here, Gabriel. I was debating making a save so that I could just load, but getting up here takes a while. Going back down is pretty quick. Do we see anyone except Larry Chester at Chateau de Blanchefort? What are these two looking for? My only thought is they are just randomly tracking people's movements in the valley. Nothing else really makes sense to me.
Yeah, I know he's lying, but maybe I should let him stew for a while.
Based on that response, I don't think we can show him anything. Right, no one at the church, no one in the museum. Let's have a look at the rental shop. One sec, look at my notes. That is Mosley's scooter on the right there. So he is still in town. I don't suppose I can knock on his door. I have to check that before I go out into the valley. I will make a save here so I can load that. Maybe we can confront him in private away from Grace. That seems odd though. I mean, he let himself in so that we could discuss the case. I can't imagine this will work. Speaking of not working, I can't get the teleport going.
Hey, Mostly.
I'll be out later, Nat.
Hey, Mostly.
I'll be out later, Nat.
At 5-ish or so. This door's still locked, I guess.
It's locked.
Dang it. Okay, I don't know what else to do, so let's go and check out the valley. I did this earlier looking for John Wilkes. I couldn't find him. Maybe we can find something now, though. The ladies are on the prowl. I think we know exactly what we have to do. Patience. They will come past here at some point. Like so. And by they, it's just Styles. Estelle Styles is here. Lady Howard is nowhere to be seen. Is this just another joyride, or is she going to stop somewhere new?
Estelle stopped in the middle of nowhere, as far as I can tell.
Here we go. Lady Howard and Estelle's sites. We don't even get anything like this. Okay. It is literally their parking lot. Right. First question. It's looking like a no. I do not see the tire tracks here.
I think that's Lady Howard and Estelle's moped.
Do I have that written down? I'm genuinely not sure.
Why would they stop here? This place isn't even interesting enough to have a tourist sign.
Either looking for the treasure or doing something nefarious.
I already have the license plate number and I don't need the tie tread.
But I mean, they're traumatized. Well, we think they're traumatized. So, didn't mean to click that just yet, so I wanted to take a look around here for tire tracks. They should not be out here. I'm looking for tire tracks and or random pools of blood on the ground. Is that the orange rock that we've seen 5 or 6 times from Chateau de Blanchefort? Alright, she's out looking for the treasure. Once again, looking for blood and or tire tracks.
There's nothing here but trees. There's nothing here but trees.
Is it a good... Well, sorry about that. Is it a good idea to talk to her or not? I mean, I imagine she knows we're here, but she's probably going to flip out.
Looks like we got us another treasure hunter.
Yeah, let's have a chat.
Hi, Estelle. Everything okay?
Did you follow me here, Mr. Knight?
Yes.
Me? Uh-huh. I just stopped to see if you needed help.
I do not need help, but thank you for your concern.
Don't mention it.
Well, we've established you do not need my help. Let's talk some more.
So, how come Lady Howard's not with you? Kinda joined at the hip, ain't you?
She's had a very difficult morning. I would have stayed with her, but time is of the essence.
So I'm guessing she is locked in her room.
How did you meet Lady Howard, anyway?
Her family was the largest landholders in my village. I knew her growing up, of course, but we never played together. She made quite a name for herself on the stage, you know, when she was younger.
Huh.
And I was working in London myself as a nurse. I went to see her perform. Well, we became friends. When my father died and left me the cottage, we moved back to Hampstead. It's not exactly the manor she was born to, but it was sold years ago. Ironically, it's on the market again.
Who sold it? You or someone else? Also, you became friends, and as Gabriel says, you're sharing the same bed, and that's fine.
Does Lady Howard still perform?
Well, she's taking a break from her career.
How long has the break been?
So, what's out here?
You can see for yourself.
Doesn't look like anything to me. But then you wouldn't be here if that was the case now, would you?
Some people don't care to tell other people their business.
Oh, that's kind of rude, isn't it? It was a perfectly friendly question.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that Lily really prefers we keep our business to ourselves. Some people can be ruthless, you know, particularly...
Men?
Well, now that you've said so yourself.
I mean, it's an entirely correct response.
So this is the spot you and Lady Howard are betting your treasure hunting dollars on, huh?
Really? I wish you wouldn't ask such things.
Hey, just curious.
Who's being rude now, Gabriel?
I don't believe in the treasure myself. All that stuff about ciphers and nonsense.
Saunier didn't conjure that money.
Well, I'm not saying he didn't find something, but what if he took all there was?
I don't believe it. There's got to be something here, and
And we've got to find it? Why is that, Miss Stiles?
It's none of your business. I'm sorry, but that's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah, she does not have to answer that question.
I don't have anything else to say to her.
We're thinking though that Sonnier may have found some genealogical records and used that as blackmail, and maybe that's how he came into a large sum of money.
Looks like we...
Trying to get up and over. I mean, I couldn't tell you if that's the same map that was in Madeleine Buthane's room or not. I imagine it's different. Can I help you? Would this help?
I don't want to show that to her.
I mean, unless something jumps out and catches my eye, I don't know what to do here. But I've got to say, I would love to go back to Chateau de Blanchefort right now, where Larry Chester is, and see if we can see Estelle down here. Is this the elusive orange rock? I have to know. Or I saw something over there, never mind. Is that it in front of us? It's not. Where is that? Okay, well, I believe I've got one final lead. But I'm not sure how to use it or exploit it yet. And that is Excelsior Montreux. Can I go this way? Yes.
I don't have my hiking boots on.
But you may need them, Gabriel, just saying. Oh, not that. Let me just check here very quickly. Some or wuss is still spelled there. Alright. Grace certainly thinks that this person is sus, and I'm kind of inclined to agree.
They're closed. They're closed, and I don't think it's worth breaking in just to taste some wine. There's a wine tasting room in there. Pretty good wine, too.
Mixed with a bit of blood, perhaps.
Climb the wall? What kind of an idiot would try that?
No comments.
They're locked, Auntie Em.
Same thing. So, we've indicated that we can knock on the door if we have a cover story.
Well, I can't very well tell him I'm looking for vampires. I need a cover story.
Ooh.
It's the front door.
I've had an idea.
No point in knocking again until I figured out a reason to be here. That garage. I wonder what's parked in there.
We're not getting in that door. You talked about the universal skeleton key.
That garage.
Okay, I've had an idea. but it's only a very early idea at this point, and I can't think of exactly what it would involve. Just skipping that. What is our cover story? Can I print this?
I don't think that's going to get me into a vineyard.
Okay, that is the right idea. That is the right idea. I was on the right track. What will get us into a vineyard? A blood drive?
That might provoke an interesting response.
That seems like a terrible idea, though.
I don't think that...
Maybe?
Hey, that should work. Hey, that should work.
How many IDs can I hold? Oh, God. Oh, boy. If I grab that, is that the same? No, it's different. That says press, and that says something different. We got points for doing the blood drive, though, which is very curious. What else can I do? I can't imagine this will be a thing.
A reporter is good, but you know, that magazine doesn't sound like one that would interest a vineyard owner.
Yeah, coming back, I thought, let's make an ID, but I had no idea which option to choose. Also, there is one under sales which may be relevant.
A reporter is good. I don't think that's...
That won't work either.
I don't think...
Terrible name.
I don't think that... I don't... That might provoke an interesting response.
Maybe. What about this one? If they took the baby, then...
That might provoke an interesting response.
This is a bad idea.
I don't think that...
Actually, it would, but they would call the real police.
I don't think...
Okay, we've got a few options. I've got to be honest, that was more options than I was expecting. 5 options. 2 reporters, freelance and New York Times. We can be either a... what is this? I know it's got something to do with cars, but...
A fake ID. That Sydney's kind of useful after all.
And highly illegal. Car polish. That might get us into the garage, and then we can take a note of the car perhaps. Bonus points if it's a black sedan. We've got this, which is... Oh boy. That could be something, and we've also got this, which... I looked at that, I'm like, no, we're never... Oh my god. Chat, just so you know, I've not revealed my occupation at this time, but I can confirm I am not a diaper specialist. That is not something that I do as part of my job. If you do that as part of your job, that's totally fine. But I'm just saying, it's not something that I've done. Not yet, anyway. Maybe once I quit my job and I've got more spare time on my hands. Alright, let's go back out into the valley and make a save and try some stuff out. Yeah, when I went back there, I thought, will the diaper ID work? It totally does. I'm very tempted to start with the car. I don't know whether we'll be able to use multiple IDs or whether this is one and done perhaps, but let's try the car.
Yeah, but I better knock first.
Yes?
We get multiple choices. We can show the car polish salesman, we can show the blood bank, we can show a reporter, we don't get a choice, and we can show diaper service.
I sell car polish. It's particularly effective for black sedans. You wouldn't happen to have a black sedan, would you?
No solicitation.
We don't know.
Well, that ID didn't work. I'll have to try something else.
Yes?
You got any babies around the place?
Hi, I'm with We Do Poo Poo. We're a diaper service, and I was wondering if you have any little tykes running around.
Oh my god.
No. Why do you ask?
Just checking the neighborhood. I'll follow my nose.
Follow your nose.
Yes?
Let's try the blood.
I'm here doing a blood drive.
Oh?
Yeah, you wouldn't happen to have any unused blood lying around, would you? Guess not.
That was almost a door slam. Alright, so let's pretend to be a reporter and express interest in whatever's going on at this here winery.
Yes?
My name's Knight. I'm a reporter. I'm doing a feature on Languedoc wineries, and I'd love to include you in my spread.
I'll see if the chateau owner is free.
Bonjour, Monsieur Knight. I'm Excelsior Montreux, the owner and viticulturist of Chateau de Serre.
Nice of you to see me, Mr. Montreux. I should have made an appointment, but I get better results just knocking about. The best places don't advertise.
Ah, well, how true. Now allow me to take you to the wine tasting room. Marceau?
I did not check this area out as Grace.
What would you like to serve, sir?
Ah, are you a red man or a white? No. Let me guess. Red, yes?
Gosh, it shows, huh?
Do you like it dry?
Oh, hell, I'd drink dust if I could.
Well, let's see then. Perhaps the 76 Merlot.
Yes, sir.
We're going to get drunk, pass out, and wake up in an unknown place 1 hour later. Can't do anything here. That's actually very acceptable animation for 1999.
I'm terribly sorry that you caught us unprepared today. We were about to shut the main gate.
Everything's all right, I hope.
Oh, yes. Here, anyway. The constable called a little while ago. There was a murder in the vicinity last night.
Whoa.
A murder?
It's very unusual, I assure you. But I suppose even here we're not immune. Oh, well, we should let it breathe for a moment.
Right. Nothing worse than suffocated wine.
Gabriel has never drunk wine in his life. Alright, so we have a lot of options here. Once again, settle in.
Are you from this area, Mr. Montreux?
Yes and no. I grew up in Paris, but my family has owned this estate for decades. My wife and I permanently settled here some years ago. Children do take pleasure in the country air.
Oh, you got kids?
Oh yes, a beautiful daughter who is away at school, and my firstborn son, Enoch. He's 12. Have you children?
No.
But you must. Oh, children are every man's right to immortality.
Well, it's not the kid part I mind so much as the marriage part.
Oh, no, a wife need not be a burden if she knows her place. Her role is to serve you, after all, to care for home and heirs and leave a man to pursue nobler things.
Boy, do we live in different worlds.
Firstly, Gabriel, I agree. Secondly, you're a complete piece of shit, but I think we already knew that. Alright, let's talk some more.
What kind of training do you need to be a viticulturist?
The lessons I consider most valuable came from my father. He was quite a master.
Also, you distracted me. You mentioned immortality, but you're talking about genes and things, not immortality of the Grail / resurrection kind, or whatever it is. I don't know. The whole not dying thing. We can ask you directly about the Grail. That could be a concern. Again, there is a portrait of this guy in his study or whatever, and he's got the Grail in his left eye. Does Gabriel know this? I can't imagine Grace told him everything, otherwise he wouldn't be saying that about climbing the roof. Or at least I hope not.
I ran into an interesting tourist angle today. Seems the Holy Grail is supposed to be around here.
Oh, the Grail is a marvelous legend. But most stories are ignorant of the true meaning of the Grail. You see, the Grail has far less to do with Christ than with an idea. The fountain of youth, the eternal flame, the philosopher's stone.
All of those are related to the Grail?
Oh yes, the Grail is that thing, that one thing, or whatever symbol you use for it, that represents completion, perfection, the absolute. Do you understand now?
Well, no, not really.
Turning base lead into pure gold, that is the alchemist's aim. But it's not about real lead and real gold. It's symbolic. Man is the lead, God is the gold. Man to God, that is the alchemist's goal. That is the Holy Grail.
Huh. But I thought with the Grail, it was actually the blood. The blood in the Grail that was the, the immortal thing.
Well, of course. The blood is the elixir of life, the juice of the forbidden fruit.
The juice of the forbidden fruit?
No, never mind. Dusty old theories are a hobby of mine. Let's stick to the wine, shall we?
You're making me slightly uncomfortable, sir. We got some points for that, I think.
Do you know anything about the murder?
No, not really. There were two men, neither of them from here by the sound of it.
Not really means yes.
Do you believe the stories about a local treasure?
Indeed. It is in my soil, monsieur.
Your vineyard.
What exactly is viticulture?
You are a wine critic, aren't you?
Nope.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what's your definition?
Well, to me, viticulture is about breeding, and I don't mean the mechanics of grafting. Grafting is only a tool. What's meaningful is the essence of the two vines you're combining. There are literally thousands of grapes, and most viticulturists choose from well-known stock. But my father always bred his own grapes, and has passed down some very rare species.
I'm fascinated.
Really? Well, I don't want to bore you.
We've only got 3 hours.
I'd like to hear more about your breeding program.
You won't reveal my secrets?
For my ears only.
Very well. The secret is in mixing the best strains, of course. But there is an art to it. My father taught me to visualize the ideal grape. Once you can visualize this perfect fruit, you can analyze even the best stock and see where it is lacking, in color or body, for example. Or perhaps it could be just a touch sweeter or lighter. And the trick is to find a grape equally fine, but one which is perfect in exactly those areas which the first grape is flawed. The marriage of these two vines will produce an heir, and then this heir undergoes the same process, you see.
Oh, don't you ever get where you're going?
Eventually. But even in the interim, your grape will soon be far superior to anyone else's. Try the wine, Mr. Knight.
I'm struggling to think of McDougal and Mallory as being bred or being considered as grapes.
Wow, that's good.
This fruit did not come about by accident. It is the result of thousands, even millions of crossbreedings. Everything that it is today is a result of that hereditary tree. Don't you think it is ironic that a grape or even a dog or a cat should be so carefully bred, but that most humans depend on such a silly thing as love?
Then again, there is something to be said for spontaneity.
Is there?
That's the worst thing you could have said, Gabriel.
You know, hearing you talk, it reminds me of something. What is it?
Alchemy? The transmutation of the philosopher's stone?
Nope, that's not it. It was Ask Mr. Science. Y'all get that program here?
Television? I'm afraid not.
Well, they had this bit about DNA. Kind of how DNA has this funny pasta shape, but it's really billions and billions of instructions, kinda. You get into DNA with your breeding program at all?
Actually, DNA is an interesting issue, Mr. Knight. Did you know that the magic alchemists used was based on an intuitive understanding of the principles of DNA?
I'll be darned.
But to answer your question, no. I have my own ways of testing the vines, and they're far older and more traditional than DNA testing. Excuse me.
And what would those methods be?
Hello, ici Excelsior. Ah oui, 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 oui. Préparez Enoch pour sa leçon. Forgive me, I'm afraid I must return to the house. The news of the murder has quite upset my wife. Besides, my son awaits his afternoon lesson.
Well, thanks for the interview, Mr. Montreux.
You're most welcome. Au revoir, Mr. Knight.
Kind of a nice fella.
Kind of a creepy ass fellow, if you ask me. His son, I thought that they may have been sent away, or maybe his son and or daughter, I'm not sure, so I'm not sure about that whole lesson thing. There's a lot of stuff there. I'm gonna need to go back and do my editing and have a listen. He's definitely sus, I think. He mentioned at the end there that he's got methods of being able to determine the best grape.
They're closed, and I don't think it's worth breaking in just to taste some wine.
I wish our tape recorder was going during that session.
They'd see me if I tried to sneak around here. I've been officially invited to leave.
Right, so I'm guessing there's nothing more we can do here right now.
I don't want to overtax my welcome, at least not yet. A garage.
Let me just make absolutely certain this is still locked.
Where the hell is a universal skeleton key when you need one?
Alright, we have some information. Does this progress the time block? I see no movements. Let's go back to Grace. That said, we didn't hear the ticking noise, so whatever else it is that we have to do, unless it progresses when we go in here, I'm guessing we have to go back out into the valley and check out some other areas. We're talking to Grace.
So where's Mosley?
Hey guys, it's 5.
Thank you, O guardian of the clock.
Okay, don't start, you two. I want to hear what happened.
You mean at Chateau de Serras? You're right. The guy's probably into one of these secret societies. You should have heard him go on about alchemy, but I don't know. He seemed more bookish than anything.
I say anyone who's involved with these secret societies is a big suspect.
Agree.
Speaking of which, Larry Chester is definitely lying. He said McDougal and Mallory just stopped by last night for directions. I couldn't get him to crack.
Who's this? Chester?
That's right.
Interesting. I'll get started on the treasure angle. Check out the museum and church tonight. That book really got my juices flowing.
So that's what it takes.
Huh?
So, are we gonna eat or what? I'm starved.
Well, actually, Grace and I had talked about catching up.
That's okay, Mose. I want to stick with my research for a while. Why don't you and Gabriel go?
I can wait till later if you...
No, I think that's a great idea. In fact, I think we should be going right now, shouldn't we, Mose?
See ya.
See, Grace, maybe after dinner?
Gabriel doing the right thing for once. Wow. That is the chair at the church, or whatever it is. What is that noise? That noise may have been Mosley and Gabriel leaving. Alright, just looking at time, I think I will cut the video shortly, but we've been given a couple of clear goals here. We're playing as Grace again, and we need to check out the church and the museum. Those are our first priorities. Grace is on her lonesome. Can I check out City at all? No new emails. Bunch of files. Is there anything I can add? That. Say symbol. Well, that's it. Oh. Image is recognized as a map. Correspondences and patterns are not readily apparent with such a volume of points. To analyze regions or relationships between points on map, use enter points to select objects, then start analysis to analyze relationships. Or relationship, whatever. Enter points. Oh dear. I see, this is the map of the regions, so Renly Chateau, Cahuiza. I'll go halfway across the map on the right so we can see Chateau de Blanchefort. Tomb. Bulgarak, we've not been down there, but that has been mentioned. That's also been mentioned. Do I remember the other place? That place has also been mentioned. We've not seen it on the map though. Maybe I need to draw something here, but I won't do it on this video. Renly Baines, that's the pub. L'Hermitage, probably still mispronouncing that. The Devil's Armchair is somewhere around here. I don't see it. Alright, there's something I can do here. Don't know exactly what though. Text appears to have irregularities in design. See extract anomalies. Hidden geometry is present in image. Excuse me? Chat, I think I need to take my pills. I'll be back shortly. I'll do a load, and what I'll do is I'll scan the information in Sydney. I'll pretend I did not click on view map or view analysis or anything else, and then we'll just take control of Grace and go outside and have a look around. Alright, back shortly.